Oh my god.
Konnichiwa, hello, my name is Mickey and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing a foundation review. This foundation has actually been sitting in my room for about, I want to say like 3 or 4 months now. I just kind of forgot about it and put it off to the side. And then the other day when I was rearranging, or I should say cleaning up my vanity area, I saw it and I was like, oh shit, I really need to do a review on this. I'm just going to tell you guys right now, this video is going to be a bumpy ride because it just is. So a little disclaimer before we get into the video: if you are super sensitive to profanity or if you are easily offended, this is not the place for you. I am a no filter bitch and I have no idea what's gonna come out of my mouth, so keep that in mind while you're watching. So if you guys are interested in seeing how the Too Faced Peach Perfect matte foundation works, then just stay tuned. It is before 12 o'clock again. I am so happy. Whenever I wake up before 12, it's just like, I don't know, I just feel so much better about myself. As you can see, I already have my brows on and I actually forgot to prime my face, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna use the Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Primer. This is probably the best primer to be putting on right now because this foundation is also matte, and I think we all know how I feel about matte. If you're new here, then I'm just gonna flat out say that I absolutely hate being matte because I'm a very, very dry girl, and when you're a super dry person, you kind of just don't really reach for matte type of products because a lot of them accentuate dry patches. I actually have a friend who is also a very dry girl, and she told me she absolutely loves this foundation, so we're gonna see. And my friend also has eczema, so if it works for her, then I am hoping that it works for me. I am actually wearing a cowl neck today because I actually swatched this in store in Ulta, and this is supposed to be the lightest shade and it is yellow as fuck. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a more yellow lightest foundation ever. So this is gonna be something else. This retails for $36 and this is more like a mid-range type of foundation, so I don't think that's too bad. There is 1.6 fluid ounces in here, so there's almost 2 fluid ounces, and for me, $36, that's actually a really good price because most foundations only carry 1 fluid ounces in their bottles. It says this transfer resistant medium coverage foundation creates a smooth canvas for flawless, comfortable matte wear using our exclusive comfort matte technology that is never cakey or mask-like. This claims it has 14-hour photo-friendly wear, smooths for a flawless finish, oil controlling, infused with exclusive comfort matte technology, smells like peach and sweet fig milk. Now, I know a lot of people were complaining about the smell. I do not mind smells at all as long as they're not like super duper perfumey type smells. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but I got this in the lightest shade, which is supposed to be Snow. I already know this is gonna be hella yellow, so let's see how this works out. Now I am going to take one. Ooh, okay, I should probably shake this up. I don't know why I didn't, because this thing has been sitting here for like 3 months. Let's start that over. Now I'm gonna take 1 pump, and probably I feel like 1 pump is gonna be enough for now. We're gonna start on this side of the face. I'm gonna use my microfiber sponge. That is hella yellow. I am already smelling it, and to me, I think it smells good because oh my god, this is so fucking yellow. I still don't, oh my god, this piece of hair. I just want to say this foundation actually smells really good. I don't know why people are complaining about the smell. Now, I'm not saying people are complaining. I've heard people complain about the smell. So I guess those are people who are really sensitive to scents. So if you're really, really sensitive to certain smells, maybe this foundation isn't the one for you. But I kind of enjoy the smell. I also enjoy peaches, so that's probably another reason why. So 1 dip into the palette, and this is what it has covered so far. And so I'm just gonna take the rest of what is on the palette. I don't know if you guys watched my last video, but I mentioned in there, whenever these 2 dots poke out, these actually tell me if the foundation is light, medium, or full coverage. This foundation claims to be medium coverage, and I don't see any medium coverage because these 2 are like hello right now. So that really didn't finish up my face. So I'm gonna go ahead and take another pump into the palette if I can get it on here. Okay, there we go. I hope that this does not oxidize because then I am totally fucked. I can't even concentrate on really telling you guys like the coverage and how it feels because I am still just like shocked at how freaking yellow this thing is. The one thing that I do like though is like most matte foundations that I've tried, it doesn't dry down super fast, so you can still work with it. Like right now, I'm still able to kind of blend it out, move it around. Now I'm gonna go ahead on this side and we're gonna use the flat top kabuki brush. I actually think I'm gonna go in with my angled kabuki brush because this one is just so filthy. I don't really want to use it, so I'm gonna go in with this guy. I have a little bit left on my palette. Ooh, this is definitely like those matte foundations that really tug on your skin when you're using a brush. I am not getting as good coverage here as I did over here. They really are not kidding when they say that this is matte. This is, oh my god, this is super matte. What the hell is going on? I have no idea what this is. Trying to blend it out. I am not sure what's going on, but I feel like once it dries down, it's really kind of hard to get it to blend together with what's already on your face. By the way, I'm finishing up this side with a sponge because as you can see, I am not getting as much coverage. So this is definitely gonna have to be a sponge application type of foundation for me. Again, I don't know what it is, but it is already just like doing some patchy shit, some creasing and all that stuff. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you guys can actually see what's going on my face. Hopefully you guys can see this, but it is so cakey like around my nose, and there's still a line right down the center where I used a brush and then a sponge on the other side. It's definitely accentuating my dryness right here on my forehead, my lip area or my mustache area. It is so patchy. Like, what is going on here? Do you guys see that? Plain flat out, it looks like I have a cake face. Right now, this thing is just, this is so uncomfortable. I can actually feel it on my face. Like right here on my cheek area, I must have put a little bit more foundation because it actually feels really thick on my face. I don't know how I'm supposed to bring this back. I really don't. I'm having so much trouble on my nose. It's actually starting to piss me off. Honestly, I have no idea what to do. This looks like shit. This is exactly what I hate about matte foundations. Like, I hate how it tugs on my skin a little bit because, you know, it's drying down matte, so it kind of tightens your skin, and the fact that it's accentuating my dry patches up there, like, I just really don't like it. For coverage wise, it is definitely medium coverage. As you can see, my two little dots are like kind of peeking through, but they're not as dark as they normally are. As you can see down here, I have a lot of patchiness. Even though I brought the foundation down, it's just like taking the coverage away. One thing that I do have to mention though, the spots where I haven't really touched, like I haven't really touched this area in a while. I've kind of just been working on the brush side because this side is just a hot mess. But I've noticed that once this has actually sit on your skin for a while, it looks pretty nice, except for these really patchy spots that I am having so much trouble with. I'm just looking so shitty right now. I don't know what to do. So I'm just gonna take my rose water here, spritz it on my face and kind of pat it in. Hopefully it does something because my face is feeling really tight. I'm getting really patchy in some areas and I'm just really not liking this at all right now. Get some moisture up in this bitch because it is tight. Now I'm just gonna try to pat this in. Hopefully this helps blend a little bit and make it stick to my nose more because I'm having so much trouble around the nose area. This is kind of getting ridiculous for me. Pretty sure I just made it worse. I'm sitting here trying to blend it out and it's working a little bit in some spots, but in other spots it looks like it is getting more patchy. Whenever someone who has like a similar skin type says that it works for them or they love it and you try it and it sucks so bad on your skin, I get so like, not upset, but like jealous because I'm just like, why can't I wear this foundation? Like so many people like it and think it's pretty, but for some reason it is just not wanting to work with my skin. So this is another perfect example. Just because you're a dry girl does not mean that if someone else who is dry said this foundation works great, that it's gonna work great on you. That just goes to show just how different everyone's skin is, which is why I hate having to say like, oh, this may work for me but not work for you. Like, it's kind of common sense. We're all different. We all have different skin types, skin tones, all that good stuff. I cannot stand how this is looking all right here. Like everything else is okay. It's super patchy here on my neck. Honestly, at this point, I really don't know what to do. Like, that's why I just keep talking and talking, because I have no idea how to salvage this. I feel like, aside from around my nose, if my nose wasn't looking this busted, I wouldn't mind leaving the house so much. When people are talking to you, a lot of their attention goes like maybe straight to your nose, especially if my nose is looking this crusty. I know for a fact that people are just gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with her nose area? So I am just really trying to make this work. I am so like fucking frustrated right now because this just will not stick to my face. But as I was using this, I actually noticed something. I'm thinking that because I used this sponge, my microfiber sponge, because of the little hairs, it adds a lot more foundation to your face than like a beauty blender or a Real Technique sponge might. And I feel like that's why I am getting like cake face. So I want to try something. I know that this video might be a little long and lengthy, so I'm actually thinking of wiping this all off and trying it with a beauty blender, because I feel like I may have better results, because the beauty blender doesn't add as much coverage as the microfiber sponge. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this shit off my face and we're gonna try again. I'm back, took it off. Just a little side note, did not take that shit off with a makeup wipe because it is so thick and dry and matte. I had to super duper re-moisturize. I also re-primed my face with the Too Faced Hangover primer. So let's go ahead and see if this is actually gonna work with a beauty blender. Also, I didn't take my forehead off because I don't have as much foundation on my forehead as I did here on my face. So I'm just gonna leave that intact because I can blend it all over here and on my nose, which is probably why my face looks a little weird. So let's go ahead and get this going because, I mean, like I said earlier, I got shit to do today. So how did I know? This makes such a huge difference, especially on my nose. I feel like if you're going to be using this foundation, start in the nose area and work your way out, just like most foundations have on their directions. I don't know if anybody ever reads those. I am just so shocked that changing the sponge could make this much of a difference. Like, I didn't think that it would make this much of a difference because I've been using the microfiber sponge for a while now and I just love the coverage that it gives. But I'm guessing that for these kind of matte foundations, that it's just better to use something like a beauty blender that you can get a little bit more moisture in, because the microfiber sponge doesn't suck up as much water as the beauty blender does, and it also doesn't suck up as much foundation as the beauty blender either, which is why I prefer it to the beauty blender. But if you want this foundation particularly to look nice on your face, you're gonna want to use a beauty blender. All right, I think that I finally have everything blended out the way I want it to, and we are good to go. Now, I am still having a little bit of caking around my nose, but it is nothing like before at all. And the only other thing is my forehead right here. I don't know if you guys can see, but it is just not blending together for some reason. And I think it's because I have a lot of texture there. So I'm really just not even gonna bother with that. I got the makeup where I want it. It's looking okay. I have to say right off the bat though, this is definitely not buildable, like at all. Once this foundation dries and you try to add another layer, it just doesn't look the same as the previous layer, if that makes any sense. Like, I know it's the same color, but I'm thinking that maybe it oxidizes differently depending on how much foundation you have on your face and how long the previous application was sitting there for. As for now, I still hate it. I still like really don't like it. What really sucks is I actually have to go to Ulta today, and I don't know if anybody else's Ulta is like this, but I have a lot of judgy bitches in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face, see how this works. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna set this or not. Like, I'm touching it and it's still a little sticky. It definitely transfers just a little bit. I lightly touch my face and there's a little bit of foundation on there. So I know if I'm like sitting here patting my face, it's gonna take off. Okay, never mind, just kidding. That actually took some coverage away, which I don't like because it actually said transfer free on the claims, but it is definitely transferring. I'm so just fucking done with this foundation. Like, it looks like shit. I even went into the living room and asked my husband, I was like, look at my face, and he basically agreed with me that it looks like shit. It is so patchy here. Like, do you guys see that? I'm missing a patch right here even though I added and I added. My nose is a fucking mess. Like, I am all the negative words in the world right now. I am pissed. I'm annoyed. I'm embarrassed to go outside with this. I actually forgot to do the check-in time. It was actually 11:30, okay, when I was done putting this on my face. It is now 113. 113. It took me an hour and a half just to do my makeup. Now, normally it takes me like an hour to do my makeup, which is still a long time. But the reason why it took me an hour and a half is probably because those 30 minutes I was fucking with my nose. Like, I just cannot understand why I'm having so much trouble around my nose area, because I'm not very dry today. I'm actually very moisturized. I have to go get shit done, and so I actually have no choice but to walk out of the house like this. So I am just praying that I don't get those judgy ass looks, because I am just, I will slap a bitch today, because I am just, this already has just put me in a really shitty mood. I'm hoping throughout the day that it kind of settles into the skin and something fucking happens, because right now your girl is hating this shit. Like, I do not understand how anybody can wear this or even make it work by blending or just whatever. Like, I feel like this is something if you have normal to combo skin, but definitely not dry skin at this point. I did set my face with my tried and true number 7 pressed powder. This is probably like the lightest powder that I have as well. And I have to say, where I set here on the cheeks, it looks just fine. But anywhere where I came like close to my nose, my face was just like, nah, girl. I actually took a picture and sent it to my friend, because I was like, yo, this foundation sucks balls. I don't know why you like it. I don't know how it works for you, but not for me, because we both have dry skin. I'm actually going to post the picture right here of the one that I sent to my friend, so you can actually see what the fuck is going on my face if the camera doesn't pick it up, just in case, so you can see just how crappy this foundation looks on my skin. So I am going to get my shit done, because I have been sitting here for almost 3 hours trying to film this really shitty foundation review. I am just hoping that this foundation pulls its shit together and like does something miraculous. All right, so I'm gonna go get my shit done, and I will see you guys in a couple of hours. So it is now 3:30, so I have had this on for a little over 4 hours. Everything is okay, except like around my nose area, it is still very cakey looking. My forehead looks okay, I guess you could say. I mean, it still looks kind of like crap. I have a patch right here missing. I also have a patch here missing. And I have a really big patch over here, and I don't know why I have patches on my face. I feel like I still don't like this foundation, especially the application, because even my nose here, I don't know if you can see that, but it's super fading. So I gotta say, for now, I really don't like how this applies. I do like how it looks after a while, like after it's been sitting on my skin. But so far, I still do not like this foundation, because it just gave me so many issues. So I'll see you guys in a couple of hours. It is now 6:18, so I have been wearing this for almost 7 hours, and I have to say, I absolutely hate it. I hate this foundation so much. I just can't. I was actually going to wear this foundation for a couple more hours, because like I said earlier, I'm hosting game night, so I was going to be wearing this throughout the entire night, but I just cannot. I actually woke up from a nap like about 15 minutes ago, and I actually, the way I sleep, I can basically fall asleep like a vampire, and I will stay the same position until I wake up. I'm not a very big like mover or anything, so I wasn't rubbing my face on my pillow or anything like that. And I still, like, I mean, this foundation has lasted throughout the day, but this whole area here has just, I don't know, patched off, peeled off. I have no idea what's going on. I will admit, I love the way this looks, like my cheek area looks. It looks absolutely beautiful. It's lasted all day. Nothing has budged. The one reason why I just cannot wear this anymore is because I can actually feel it on my face. It's almost like, you know, throughout the day, most people, even if you're dry, your face creates some kind of oil. With this foundation, it feels like my skin is literally suffocating, because I can feel that I'm getting like oily, but it's not coming out like visually, if that makes any sense. Like, I can feel myself getting oily, but it's almost like there's a film on top of it stopping the oil from like coming out. I don't know how else to explain it. Let me scoot you guys in closer so you can see like what's going on in the middle of my face.
This entire upper lip area has just like vanished. I don't know where the hell it went. I did take off my lipstick, but I didn't rub up here because you can still see there's foundation there, but it's not there, if that makes any sense. My nose right here has completely rubbed off. I look cakey as all hell around the nose. It's almost disgusting and unbearable. I cannot stand it. And again, here you can see I'm creasing. You can see like right above my brow, I'm getting very, very greasy. Honestly, I just cannot stand this. Like you can see like all my eyebrow area, the grease or the oil just trying to come through, but it just can't. So it's like this foundation is keeping my oils from producing. I feel like maybe in the future, if you keep wearing this foundation, it might be a problem because it might actually clog your pores. So it's just really, really uncomfortable. And I can't stand the feeling, which is why I decided that I need to end this real quickly so I can take this off of my face because I just cannot stand how it feels right now. Unfortunately, this is just gonna be a for me. All the way from the beginning, from the application, I was just having so much freaking trouble with that. It's just not worth it to me, like to figure out what kind of tool I can use or what tool is used to best apply it with. Like I should be able to apply it with a brush and a sponge, anything that I want. Now, certain tools will apply better than others, but I shouldn't have to decide whether I'm gonna use a beauty blender or a microfiber sponge. So that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this review. Just keep in mind, everyone's skin is different. So just because it didn't work for me, doesn't mean it's not gonna work for you. All right, so that's it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it for you. If you did, please get a thumbs up and don't forget to click that big red button that says subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that bell notification so you actually know when I post my videos. And as always, if you have any tips, tricks, questions, comments, or if you simply want to talk shit, leave it all in the comment section below, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye bye!